Here we go. Now we are ready to hear from the amazing Lisa Marie Furth. Lisa Marie Furth is the founder and CEO of Divas Entertainment, LLC, an entertainment company that owns and manages a group of local bands and musical groups, including well-known Bella Diva, the 10-piece show band, the hot country band Coyote Wild, Divas Through the Decades, Divas Gone Country, and Divas on Broadway. Hey, we might have to do Divas and Hoops, too, soon. These bands perform across the country and Canada and has already booked more than 140 performances in 2015. Lisa Marie and her groups have performed with and opened for greats like Def Leppard, oh my God, Melissa Etheridge, Kansas, Big and Rich, Joan Rivers, and has twice competed on America's Got Talent. She was born in Minneapolis and began dancing at the age of 3. In 1992, she received her BA in Theater Arts, Acting and Directing at Minnesota State University, Mankato. At Mankato State, she performed in over 30 productions in lead and supporting roles. While earning her degree, Lisa Marie also choreographed and performed a variety of projects, including the Reebok Performance Team, now known as the Minnesota Timberwolves Dance Team, the Harlem Globetrotters, Dayton's annual Back to School show featuring Brooke Shields, and was a featured dancer and model on several local television stations. After graduating from Minnesota State, Lisa Marie was hired as resident choreographer for Valley Fair and began choreographing for local recording artists, eventually joining Minneapolis recording group Asia's Wild. In 2002, Lisa Marie wrote, recorded, and released her debut CD, Live Your Truth. In addition, she choreographed for professional and educational theater, including the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders. In 2003, wanting to produce a high-energy Las Vegas-style show band, she formed Bella Diva, an entertainment company that offers a group of hit bands, musical groups, dance groups, impersonators, and entertainers performing coast to coast and in Canada. Please put your hands together for Lisa Marie Furth.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Are you guys ready to party? Are you guys ready to get up and dance? Because I'm ready to get up and dance here. So, yes, it's true. I am a performer. And when Tammy asked me to do this, wherever Tammy is, there she is. I was so excited and so thrilled because I was here last year as a guest. And it's such an amazing experience to be around all of these amazing, strong, powerful women. So I'd like to give a hand to everybody, for the speakers who are already here, for everybody who's here, who's a part of this awesome organization. It's funny because I have performed at times in front of thousands of people, and public speaking freaks me out. I'm like, I gotta give a speech. So as I tell my story today, I wrote notes down. I'm probably going to read more than I'm going to speak to you, just because it's just a whole different beast here. But I'm here to just tell my story, and I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not going to give a PowerPoint of any sort. I just learned what a P&L is. All those corporate words, all that kind of stuff, that's not going to be me. Hopefully, you may be inspired by my story, and that's what I'm going to do today. So, in a nutshell, I'm a singer-dancer. I started out dancing when I was 3. My parents put me in dance class, and just for something fun to do, just an activity. My older sister was 4 at the time, so we danced for a couple years, and then after a while, they took us out. And then when I went back into the 3rd grade, we went back into dance. And the only reason why we went back into dance class was because I was so pigeon-toed, I had to wear corrective shoes. And, sexy. And so my mom thought it'd be a good idea if I put her back into dance, and ballet will help her turn out. Then, there you go. She didn't know I was going to take to it. My father didn't know I was going to take to it. I didn't know I was going to take to it. But that's kind of where we started out. Went back into dance class about in the 6th grade. And we were doing a little workshop in Grand Forks. My dance studio I was at had her best friend had a studio in Fargo, and so we'd go back and forth every year doing workshops. And we were actually it's Grand Forks, North Dakota, and I'm in the 6th grade, and we take a break from our dancing, and the teacher sits us down and asks all of us 6th graders, who's serious about dance? Who wants to make this their living? We're in 6th grade. Who knows what they want to do when they're in the 6th grade? And for whatever reason, I just put my hand up. I do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for a living. This is what I want to do. And I don't know what happened in that moment, but in that moment, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I had no clue how I would get there. I had no spiritual awakening, God is calling me. I just knew in that moment. From there, I started performing in musicals in middle school, and I started singing, and I never started out as a singer ever. I was in the Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I auditioned. I got a job, or I got a part in the chorus, and the chorus got to sing as well. So no formal training at this point. I'm in 7th grade, and they give us our songbook, and we're learning songs. I'm like, this is awesome, because I just want to, talk and sing and be loud and dance. And from there, I went into high school, and I continued in the musicals and continued performing. Well, the plan was to go to college, because I didn't know the next step of how I was going to get to performing professionally. I had no plan. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. All I knew is I wanted to sing, I wanted to dance. I wanted to keep a microphone in my hand, because that started feeling really good. I wanted to wave a jazz hand. I just wanted to be on stage. I was completely clueless about a plan. My parents never pushed me to do it. They never told me I couldn't do it. They were kind of neutral about it. The only thing my mom cared about is, you need to go to school, you need a college education. What am I going to do with a college education, Mom? Well, I don't know, but I just know that you need to have a college education. It's just a good idea. So I just thought, okay, what else am I going to do? My plan was, I thought I was going to go off to California, actually, and be a professional dancer and just go do music videos and again, kind of clueless. A little bit of naivete, a little bit of fearlessness, a little bit of all of that, but I just knew I was called to do this. Now it's becoming more real as I'm getting into college, and I'm becoming a little more aware of my spirituality. I knew that I had a passion, I had a dream, and this is what I was meant to do. How I was going to get there, I had no clue. I never thought about that. I never thought about the backup plan. I never majored in anything but what I wanted to do. I didn't have a minor. I didn't search a safe and stable plan. I'm kind of one of those people that I just want to do what's fun. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I just want to do what I'm good at. And I can shuffle around and tap dance like nobody else's business. If there's one thing I know what I'm good at, and I know what I'm not good at. And that was my whole path of how am I going to make this happen? So I'm in college, and I'm pursuing theater arts, because I'm going to be a musical theater star. And I remember I'm at a college party, and the video Straight Up comes on, Paula Abdul. Hello. That is what I want to do. That is what I want to do. I want to be a pop princess. I want to be a pop princess. Paula Abdul, she wasn't an amazing singer, but she was this incredible dancer and choreographer, and I could relate. And I'm like, this is all good. So I knew I would finish college, and I would get my degree, and I would see it through. But then somehow I'm just going to be a famous recording artist. Clueless. So I graduated, it was then called Mankato State University. It's now Minnesota State. And I graduated, and, I barely got through. I didn't like the study part of college. I liked the fun part. I got straight A's in my major. I barely, passed math and science. But I had the tenacity to just see it through. And from there, I started waiting tables at the Green Mill, and then I got upgraded to the Palomino. Does anybody remember the Palomino downtown? That place is awesome. And so from there, I just thought, I still have no plan. I was going to go to California, and then I just completely chickened out. I was going to go to New York, and that just sounded like no fun. While I am an artist, the whole starving artist thing just didn't appeal to me. It's not glamorous at all. But again, there was just nothing within me that wanted to do anything else. I never went for safety. I still don't. I don't know why I was born that way, but it worked out okay. So I started waiting tables, and then I started getting involved in just all kinds of local people. There was actually a Minnesota showcase of all these recording artists trying to get their record out and getting their CD out. And so I was choreographing for them. And then I was choreographing for Valley Fair for about 22 years, just in the summer. And then I would get theater jobs, and I would choreograph for theaters and show choirs and just kind of supplemental. And then there was this girl called Aisha who had this recording group, and they were looking for another singer. And mind you, my voice, I just started growing in college because I was always a dancer. So I started getting lead parts, and my range went from here to maybe a little bit more here. But again, it's that fearlessness, or maybe it was stupidity, that I just thought I could do it. And I just kept on. I just kept on. I kept on. I kept saying yes to everything. So as I tell my story and just give you some little insights, there's pieces of, or little nuggets maybe you might take away. And that was, I think, one of the things that got me through, is I said yes to everything because I needed the money, whether I was qualified or not. And so then I said yes to this group. And it was really cool because Aisha was married to a man named Michael at the time, and Michael was Whitney Houston's drummer. So this is all very cool, and it's like, wow, this is going to be awesome, and now I'm going to be a big star. And so we started rehearsing, and Aisha was this great songwriter, and her husband wrote some songs, and we would rehearse, and all we did was rehearse. I mean, that's all we did. We just rehearsed all the time in the basement, I'm still a starving artist. I'm not making any money, but I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path. I feel like this is what we should be doing. So we got a manager, and his name was Popeye, and I'm not kidding you. And he signed a local group called Mint Condition to a record deal. He worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and who put Janet Jackson on the map. So I felt like I'm on the right path. I'm around all these great people. This has got to be the way. And we got signed to a record deal. And the producers had said, we are going to give you this record deal, but you are going to sing our songs. And all the songs we were doing and all the songs that were on the demo were Aisha's songs, and they were Michael's songs. And Aisha and Michael were like, no deal. We want to do our own songs, because if whoever's writing the songs, Geraldine knows this, is making the money. And so Aisha pulled out, and then we lost the record deal. I was just exhausted. So we put a new girl in. Aisha was a mom as well, and she's like, you know what, this is just not my path. I was younger than Aisha. Joan, the other girl, we were both 15 years younger than her, and we just thought, we're 26, 27. We need to keep going. We need to keep pursuing this. So we brought a new girl in, redid our promo, sent it to the record company. The record company scratched us. We just seemed unstable. So at this point, I'm still waiting tables. I'm still not a big star that I thought I was going to be. And an opportunity came up in Las Vegas. And I had gone out to Las Vegas and auditioned for Legends in Concert. And they gave me the job on the spot. And I was a backup singer dancer, and they sent me to Berlin, Germany. And it was like, this is so cool. Who cares about the record deal at this point? I just want to work. So I went to Germany. I worked in Germany for 6 months, singing and dancing in this awesome Las Vegas show, singing backup for Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston and Elvis. And it was so amazing. And then from there, we went to Australia, and we went back to Europe, and we were all over the world. And it was the most amazing experience, and I felt like I had made it. And I did at that point. For where I was at, I was 27 to 30, and I absolutely felt like I made it. I was living my dream. I was completely living my dream. And after that, before we led up to the Vegas deal, I had two knee surgeries. So we're in Vegas. This is the end of the 3rd year, and I'm starting to get lonely and miss home. And I fall on stage, and I have to have major reconstruction on my knee. So big bummer, wah wah. And I go home, fly home to the States. I have no health insurance in the States. I have health insurance in Germany. And the only way I can get health insurance is apply and wait it out, and they can't know it's a pre-existing condition, and the whole deal. So I went 4 or 5 months before having knee surgery. I ended up having knee surgery, and now I'm home. I am not working. I couldn't dance for 10 months. I am broke. I am lonely. All my friendships had changed because all my friends became people on the road. And this whole thing of living your dream sucks. It was horrible. It was just horrible. And again, you know, no plan, but just still feeling like I'm being led somewhere. I have no idea, but I always felt I was being led. I always felt it was never a question of what I wanted to do. It was only going to be how I was going to get there. And I have a philosophy in life. I think the hardest thing to do is figure that out. I do. For me, it might not be for some people, but I think figuring out what you want to do is the hardest thing, and who you want to be and what your dream is and what your passion and what your calling is the hardest thing to do. Once you know what that is, you're led. I feel like there's clues and there's signs, and you're pushed towards it as opposed to the struggle. So I had to just woman up and put my big girl panties on and just get through this. And in that moment, sitting home alone, I thought, I'm going to write a CD. I'm going to do this CD thing again. And I'm going to tell my story. Because I had lots of heartbreak on the road. I had lots of struggles. I had lots of back and forth. And I thought, you know what? If not for anybody else, but for me, I'm going to tell my story. And so at that time, I'm 30 now, or I was 30 back then. I had time to sit in a coffee shop for 3 hours and just write about my broken heart. I had time to just write about my dreams. I had endless amounts of time on my hands to just create and think and feel and purge. And who gets to do that? I was broke. I had no money. I had no backup plan. But I thought, I'm just going to do this. So in a nutshell, I did the CD. I am so glad I put that CD together. While it may not be the best CD, while it may not be the most amazing thing, for me, I have part of those years documented in my life to music. It's the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing. Would I do it now? Probably not. Ain't nobody want to buy my CD. But it was so amazing. It was so amazing to have that experience. So I pursued that, and I pursued trying to get a record deal again with my manager, and I just didn't have the heart anymore to pursue the fame. I now became more aware of what I wanted, and that was, I want to sing and dance, and I just want to be on stage and perform, and I want to be authentic. That's all I want to do now. And from there, I played in other bands, and while I was still in crutches, and after I was singing in local bands, I thought, I think I could do this better. I think I could organize this better. I may not be the best singer. I was singing with some amazing singers, and I thought, I don't even want to do a solo thing anymore. This is too hard. And I was singing with one of the girls who I'm going to bring up stage here in a minute, who was singing her butt off. And I thought, I could never do that. I could never do that. But you know what? I don't have to, because you can. And it's all about that theme of surrounding yourself around people who are better than you. It's another thing I'm very good at, is surrounding myself with people who are better than me. Because I knew I'm the pop princess. I can sing the Britney Spears. I can sing all of that kind of stuff. To sing a Whitney Houston song or Chaka Khan or those big Celine Dion notes, I can't do that. But I don't need to if I surround myself with the right people. And I put this group together called Bella Diva 14 years ago. And we are kicking ass right now. And I have this most amazing group of people. Today, I have almost 40 people working for me in Divas Entertainment, between Bella Diva, all my diva shows, and Coyote Wild. And it's just the coolest thing, because I am living my truth. I am living my dream. And I don't know how I got there. Some days I look at it, I started out with the dream as a singer-dancer. That's all I started out with. I didn't have this dream of, I'm going to build this big business. That wasn't the important part at that time. The important part was the dream and the authenticity of what I wanted to do. No clue about money, no clue about numbers. I'm still not good with numbers. Today, we hit almost $500,000 last year in sales. It's pretty good for a girl who flunked math. And I don't say that boastful. I just say, wow, if you really get real with yourself and find out what your calling is, what your dream is, whatever it is, you can. If I can do it, you can do it. I am not that smart. Sometimes I think I'm just not that smart at certain things. But I know that there is strength in numbers. I know that when you surround yourself around people who are better than you and people you love, you can make anything happen. I know that because I'm seeing it right here. I mean, look at this awesome room full of people. So the big star thing didn't work out, but what I realized is I got something even better, and that is an awesome team of people that I get to play with every day, an awesome group. I am living my truth. I'm living my dream, and I know if you don't do that, you'll live somebody else's dream. So thank you for your time, and we have time just for one song. We have time for one song. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the second one. We're going to bring up my right-hand girl. She started from the get-go with me, and I talk about living your truth. This girl is 8 months pregnant with baby girl twins after trying for years and years. And so I have to say it, it's the coolest thing. We have been together for 14 years now. So to see her pregnant with baby girl twins, living her dreams, I'm so thrilled. So I'm going to bring Lisa Palin up here to sing with me. All 8 months pregnant of her. And I'd like to bring up Alyssa, one of our newest Bella Diva girls as well. Welcome them to stage. All right. So here's this. And we will do track 2. All right. Are you guys ready to have fun? All right. Yeah.
On the line. I can start to iron 2 dozen shirts before you can count from 1 to 9. I can scoop up a great big dipper full of lard from the drippings can. Throw up the skillet, go out and do my shopping, and be back before it melts in the pan. 'Cause I'm a woman TWMN. I'll say it again.
I can rub and scrub this old house till it's shining like a dime. Feed the baby, grease the car, and powder my face at the same time. Get all dressed up, go out and swing till 4 a.m. and then lay down at 5, jump up at 6 and start all over again. 'Cause I'm a woman, WOMAN. I'll sing it again. If you come to me sickly, you know I'm gonna make you well. If you come to me hex up, you know I'm gonna break the spell, you know. If you come to me hungry, I'm gonna fill you full of grits. But if it's loving you're lacking, I'll kiss you, I'll give you the shivering bits. 'Cause I'm a woman, WOMAN. No, woman, WOMAN, baby.
I can stretch a greenback dollar bill from here to kingdom come. I can play the numbers, pay my bills, and still end up with some. I got a $20 gold piece, said there's nothing I can't do. I can make a dress out of a feed bag and make a man out of you. I'm a woman, WOMAN. I'll say it again. I'm a woman, WOMAN.
Should we do it?
Woman, woman, 'cause I'm a woman, WOMAN, woman. Thank you so much.
Baby girls coming your way. Lisa. You want to do one more song? Do you have that third song? Don't Stop. Let's just do this. I was going to sing one of the originals, but this might be fun. You want to sing this one with me? This is one of Pam's very favorite songs, so we've got to do this. Can you just turn it up a little louder? I think it's time to rock out.
There you go. All right.
Rock out, maybe have a cocktail.
Just point to me when I say it, right?
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere.
All right, it's rock star time.
Go ahead, girl. You shake it for me. I'm just standing here.
We got babies on the way.
I will fall down.
I'm amazed you're here. Love you, girl. Singer in a smoking room, smelling wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting, walking down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just a bad emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Woo! Come on, you guys. I think we should all get up right now. Stand up. It's time to dance. It's time to party.
Working hard to get my feel. Everybody wants a thrill. Sharing anything to roll the dice just one more time.
Some will win, some will lose. Some are born to sing the blues. Oh, the blues. Are we off? We are totally off right now.
Living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere. Sorry.
This is the thing when you don't have your band. You just get off on the track.
Oh, here we go. Now we're on.
Living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Guitar, big solo, come on.
Isn't this the dance break?
This is the dance break.
Go ahead, girl. Yeah.
Come on, you guys, sing with us. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Oh, street lights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Oh, girl. I asked Lisa if she would do Beyonce Crazy in Love with us, but she said no way. So, a little
go.
journey. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. Don't stop believing, ladies. Don't do it. Who's getting thirsty? I'm getting a little thirsty. Okay. Who likes women-owned businesses? Raise your hand if you like women-owned businesses. Urban Growler Brewing Company was founded in 2013 by head brewer Deb Locke. Am I saying it right? And her partner Jill Pavlak. Am I saying it right? These two combine their complementary skills and passions to create great beer for everyone. Kristen, great beer for everyone. The scientific, creative, and business-minded brewer Deb, and the entrepreneur, sales, marketing, and make friends with everyone, Jill. Deb and Jill traded their successful steady income careers in corporate America and sales to pursue their passion in brewing and business. Call it crazy, at least their parents did, but somehow with a lot of help from a lot of just as crazy people, they turned their dream into a small brewery. Deb is a biomechanical engineer by training. She spent many years in the medical device industry as both an engineer and professional project manager, but her real passion is brewing. A longtime home brewer, Deb gradually became obsessed with brewing. Every spare moment was consumed with brewing up new recipes or designing the next new piece of brewing equipment. When the light bulb finally went off, Deb quit her corporate job and became an assistant brewer at Minocqua Brewing Company in Minocqua, Wisconsin. She came back to St. Paul on the weekends to work as a retail associate at Northern Brewer. In 2011, she completed the Master's Brewers program at UC Davis and is now recognized as a diploma brewer by the Institute of Brewing and Distilling. After completing her formal brewing education, she worked as an apprentice brewer at Summit Brewing Company, yes, in St. Paul, and then as new product development manager at Northern Brewer. Deb continues to brew on a small pilot system in a home brewing capacity to develop the long list of brews that will show up at Urban Growler. Jill is a Minneapolis girl, born and raised. She moved to St. Paul in 2007 and was surprised to learn that the people of St. Paul spoke the same language and drove on the same side of the street. So what if they said monkey in the middle instead of pickle in the middle? She happily calls St. Paul home. In addition to owning 2 businesses, she has also spent many years as a successful salesperson, recently featured in the Minneapolis Star-Tribune as one of the successful road warriors in these tough economic times. Add to that her experience as a restaurant manager and working in liquor stores, and you can start to see how the dream of Urban Growler started to crystallize. Jill's success is in no small part due to her engaging personality. For her, it's not just the sale, but the relationship building and networking that she values. The customer always comes first, and that is the philosophy directing sales and marketing for Urban Growler as well. Please put your hands together for Deb Locke and Jill Pavlak.
Okay, no problem. Take that one. Is this working? Yes. Great. Well, hello, I am Lady Jill Pavlak. This is my partner, Deb Diva Locke. This is just cruel to have us follow dancers, singers, plastic surgeons, and Sweet Martha's cookies. I wouldn't blame you if you all left, but we will do our best. So yes, we are the co-founders of Urban Growler Brewing Company, located in St. Paul, Minnesota. We have been open 9 months, and can I have my notes? You just stole them from me. Sorry. We have a kitchen, we have a beer garden, and a tap room, and our mission is to bring people together through beer. And I just have to say very quickly, the most stressful thing about planning this whole talk was really, what are we going to wear? Because all we wear at work are shorts, boots up to our knees that are rubber so we don't get wet, and
jeans.
And jeans.
This is now business casual.
We are, yes, we are dressed up. We are not the friends people call to say, can I raid your closet? I have to get dressed up. Only if they're painting their house do they come call us. So anyway, I digress. So we are located in St. Paul in the St. Anthony Park neighborhood. We're about 6 blocks north of University and just a wee bit east of 280. If you're going to take 94, the Cretan Vandalia exit. So we're in a light industrial neighborhood, which we needed to be. We needed affordable rent because we plan to package, bottle, or can and distribute. But right now, we're a tap room with a kitchen and a beer garden. We're located in a beautiful old brick building that used to be a horse stable. It's where they house the City of St. Paul police horses. And it's absolutely gorgeous. We'd always heard you'll know the space when you see it, and we knew. And it's also located 2 miles from our house, which is awesome. Our space, as I said, we wanted you to feel that you were part of the brewery. We wanted that warm industrial feel. And what else did I want to say about that?
Well, let's just...
Oh, yeah. When you walk in, we wanted you to be hit in the face. I'll give you a chance. When you walk in, we wanted you to feel like you were part of the brewery, and also that you would be hit in the face with a mass of stainless steel. And if you've never been to our place, believe me, when you walk in, you can't miss the tanks. Please.
Yes. So we're just going to give you a little background on our brewery, just so you can kind of get an idea of what it's like. So our brewery, and I'm the head brewer. I have another brewer, Ben, who's a guy. So we hire men too. This is our tanks. Our brew house is on the left, and our fermentation tanks are on the right picture. And then there's some what we call bright tanks for storing and carbonating the beer, and we also serve out of those. We have a small 10-barrel system. Well, it's not that small. We can brew about 1,300 barrels of beer a year. So if you're a math person, that's twice that many half barrels. So 2,600 half barrels. Those are the barrels that you had your keggers with in college. So this is the brewery. And then, like Jill alluded to, this is looking into the brewery from the tap room. This is our bar on on a slow night.
And that's our tap room on a very busy night, which can look like that on most weekends. We also have a beer garden, and that is very popular. And our tables, we encourage people to share their tables. We want to provide community tables. And what we've heard is a lot of people come in not knowing many folks, but leave making lots of new friends. So we always want that to be the case. And we have a giant Jenga game that people love to play out on the patio. You're up.
So we also have a kitchen. When we were developing our concept for our brewery, and we'll talk about our story and our journey in a second, but a lot of the tap rooms in town, so breweries have tap rooms where you can serve your own beer. Most tap rooms don't have their own kitchen, so food trucks come. And that's what we were going to do until got to be January, and we were in the tap room, and we were hungry, and Jill made me go stand in the food truck line. I then knew that we were going to have a kitchen. So we make all kinds of beer. We make traditional beers that you would see most other places. But we also have some interesting beers that we call our plow to pint beers. Those beers feature local farmers, their ingredients, and we put them into our beer. So sometimes those aren't normal ingredients. This case, we have this isn't rhubarb, these are blueberries. But 300 pounds of blueberries went into making our blueberry wheat beer that came out last summer. So you can see this beer, if you can imagine just smelling the blueberries in the aroma, it's got this beautiful blue color and this gorgeous lavender head. It's got a light acidity, so it really not only appeared to beer drinkers, but wine drinkers as well. So some of these Plow to Pint series are kind of interesting. Right now we have one on tap that's cranberry and apple. In the back room we call it crapple, but the marketing department said don't ever say that word.
And now
So we
you just said it
renamed
to 350 people.
Only because it was a problem child that plugged up everything. And cranberry skins are very, that's not what I meant.
The hoses.
The hoses, the pumps, yes, clarification. Anyway, we have a variety of these Plow to Pint beers that are seasonal. And I'm just showing you the blueberry one right now. So I'm going to let Jill take over now.
Now we're on my side
My
of the brewery.
turn to heckle.
Yes, okay. So as you can see behind our server Jess there, you can see the tanks behind Jess. So that's Deb's half of the brewery. And then this side is my side of the brewery. That's the front of the house where the restaurant is, or the tap room. And here Jess is showing a bunch of flights. And what we noticed when we were 6 years of research checking out other tap rooms was it just seemed that it was definitely coming from the spaces where a man's perspective or what their experience would be, what would equate to a great tap room. And we really felt like women were underserved in the market. And we wanted to make sure our place was warm in the winter, cool in the summer. So we put in a vestibule to make sure there wasn't a blast of cold air coming through. So every decision we made was keeping women in mind, but not at the exclusion of men. It's not that men are not welcome. They don't even notice the things we've done. But we have purse hooks. We have chair backs with edges on them, so you can hang your purse on the back and so it doesn't slide off. Go on some more. We also, what else do we have? We offer half pints. We also offer 5-ounce pours. So the size of that tasting platter, you could come in and order 2 5-ounce pours if you wanted to. We offer a variety of flavors. So a lot of people are not beer drinkers. That's changing. a lot of wine drinkers come in and they like Deb's Blueberry Wheat or Orchard Saison, not Crapple. We've done a rhubarb wit, an oatmeal porter with a coffee bump. There's all kinds of really great things she does to attract the non-beer drinker. You're next.
Yeah. So not only do we have a tap room, but we also distribute our beer. So we currently have about 25 accounts in there. It fluctuates. This is us on our first day of delivering our first keg. We put it in the back of our 1999 CRV, and
With
Jill and I-
220,000 miles on it.
220,000 miles, and we hauled it to our first account. We went to the wrong door twice. But we finally got it there, and they've been our longest account. So we are in the process of expanding. We also need to expand more tanks. So that's our brewery in a nutshell. But really, what we wanted to focus today's talk on was really our journey. And how did the two of us, heard our bios, end up opening a brewery? Lisa Marie talked about, I don't know how I got there, and I think we would probably say the same thing. We actually had to sit down and what happened next? So how did we do that? So this actually was a great exercise. So Jill's gonna kick this part off.
We just did this last night. So we have not had time. We've been open 9 months, and it has just been a whirlwind in the last 9 months. And so it was really an honor to be asked to be here, and it was also just a really great exercise to do together. And you look really good, cleaned up too, by the way. I'm just noticing that. But anyway, our bios were pretty long. Sorry about that in the introduction. But yes, I have been in sales and marketing my whole career. I put on, my last job was print sales, and I put on over 30,000 miles a year. I was texting and driving and almost running people off the road, and it was really intense. I would just, Sunday night would come, and I would just dread Monday. And it's not that I hated my job. I just felt like I was just going. I could never unplug. I would sit at, we would be sitting to eat, and my phone would ding, and I'd go grab it, and it would be a customer, and I'd be like, I got to get on this. And Deb is like, you're crazed by your work. And I didn't know any other way. That's the only way I knew how to be. I did well in my sales job, and again, it was all men in the business I was at. I was the top selling salesperson, the only woman. I still wasn't happy. Wasn't miserable, but I certainly wasn't happy. And I just thought there has to be a better way.
So what happened Mother's Day 6 years ago?
So Mother's Day 6 years ago, we had a friend over that we don't have kids, even though now we feel like we have 30 huge stainless steel tanks that are our kids. We had this woman over and her husband, and we were just talking, and we were talking about work, and we wish there was a better way, and we just thought she seemed to think differently than we were able to think. And we just, she asked the question, well, what if? No limits. What if you could do something different? What if you could quit tomorrow? And it was just Deb said...
Jill couldn't even entertain the idea at first.
Yeah.
But...
I had a breakdown. I was like, I can't. What are you talking about? This is crazy talk. And I got very emotional and freaked out. But then when I started to talk about what I would want, I said, well, I'd want to do something with Deb. I would like to wear jeans to work every day. I would like to not have to drive 36,000 miles a year. I would like to hang out with my mom when I want to hang out. I want to walk my dog or work out when I want to work out. I want to have a successful business with Deb, but I don't know what that's going to be.
So Jill, at that moment, entertained the idea of quitting her sales job, and she visibly changed. And this was kind of the start of our journey. So we had come up with a list of things we were interested in. Someone back there asked about, well, how do you find out what you're interested in? I think you asked earlier in the afternoon. We just wrote down everything we were passionate about. We were passionate about wine, beer, the environment, dogs, family, friends, and it was just freeing to write that down, considering no limits. That was our only constraint, was there was no limits. And it became the start of our business. Just to give my background, I was in corporate America in the medical device industry. I was a project manager, so getting people to do things they don't want to do faster than they don't want to do them. And, but I worked with a lot of great people, so, I mean, that, I don't want to say that the people weren't great, because that was the part that made it a lot more enjoyable. But I worked really closely with some folks in a high-stress environment, and two of the guys I worked with on different occasions with young kids both died at work, okay? Yeah, so it was really kind of eye-opening, and it really made me think these things could change at any point. So what about all these things we want to do? What about all these things we want to do someday? So we decided someday was now. And we started our journey, and our brewery started. We didn't have a name for it right away, but we would go on road trips, and every time we would be driving, Jill would be having lists and lists and lists of names. This is a multiple choice question from our holiday party we gave to our staff. And anyway, you can see there were some ones that need to be excluded. So you already heard in our bio, we basically immersed ourselves in the industry. We were both making good money. We, kind of threw that aside and just went for the experience. We wanted to get learn about as much of beer and liquor and customer service and restaurants that we could. So we both took jobs and just immersed ourselves in the industry.
For $8 and $10 an hour. Our lives changed, but it didn't feel, we were having fun. It was not a burden to live off of $80 a week. Again, now you know why friends don't ask to rate our closets. But the picture of the dog and Deb and I in the car, that's when we found out we were going to UC Davis so Deb could get her master's in brewing. And we had 2 weeks to prepare to take that trip. So that was heading to California with our sunglasses and our pup.
So we took all our experience and our ideas, and we finally had enough to put it into a business plan. We actually submitted our business plan to a national competition, and although we didn't win, we came in second.
We were runner-up. We lost to women raising funds for starving women and that were having children. I mean, how can a brewery win? Anyway, this is all good background to some of the obstacles that we encountered. Yes, obstacles. Fear, our greatest obstacle. We got in the way of once we decided what we wanted to do, things started falling in place. We got in the way. So we were never both down at the same time. If I was having a hard time, Deb was feeling it. And when Deb wasn't feeling it, I was. And it just, thankfully, we had grit, we kept pushing through. And whenever we forced things, that was not good. If we just sort of let things fall in place, that was always the right thing to do.
So we're going to talk quickly about some of these other things, but some of the other big hurdles were our brewery location. Financing was probably the biggest one, and then the regulation and the build-out. But I see we're down to 1 minute.
Okay.
We can take a few minutes? Okay, well.
We didn't really practice, I'm sorry. But one of the main obstacles was funding. Deb and I had stellar credit. You're not there yet?
Yeah, well, we'll skip right to funding because that's really
Yeah.
has so many hurdles, and this was the only time in the whole process we felt discriminated against.
Yes. We went to several area banks. We had stellar credit. We had experience in the industry. We're educated people.
And remember the award-winning business plans?
The award-winning business plan.
Yeah. None of it
Didn't
mattered.
matter.
We went to 10 different banks. So we had to resort to non-traditional methods of raising money. And those included our open house. We was basically a brewery bake sale.
We opened our doors to this beautiful space, a big empty shell with black beams and bricks, and just had people come in, and we met a young chef through my network that would make free pork carnitas for people, and we'd give away Deb's homebrew, and we gave tours of the space. And imagine stainless steel tanks on this side, a beer garden out this door, coming in and sharing a community table out in our beer garden. And we did this till we were hoarse, and we did it every weekend. And we sold T-shirts to pay the rent, and we were eating, and breathing the brewery, and
Telling our
story, and we would be so exhausted, and then we would is this worth it? And then we'd go through our mail, and someone will have sent us a $35 check. We want to support you. I can't do more than this, but I love your story. I want to be a part of it. And a couple weeks later, oh my God, it's like 30 below in the brewery. I'm freezing. I can't take this anymore. And then we open the mail. There's a $100 check. And then we get $10,000 checks, investors starting to come in.
Yeah, so we started this kind of like what's it called? Crowdfunding, sorry.
Yeah.
Spaced it. Crowdfunding, but you can't do crowdfunding on the traditional sites. We did our own version of it.
Because we have alcohol.
Yeah, you can't use alcohol. So for $1,000, someone paid $1,000 for membership, they could get their first pint free for life. Anybody who invested $10,000 gets beer free for life, and lots of other perks. So through these sort of open houses, bake sales, I call them a bake sale, we reached a lot of people, and most of our investors are just average people who wanted to be a part of this journey. It gives me goosebumps to even think that they would write out a check for not only $10,000, but $1,000 based on what you're seeing in this picture here. And it was just hearing our story and feeling our passion and our dream that they believed in us. And I still get goosebumps just talking about it. We got so much help from so many people, and it didn't stop. So we ended up getting financing from a bank in Mankato. We have some brewery friends. We met in a class 6 years ago in Chicago, how to start a brewery class. There is such a class. From Burning Brothers, and he let us gripe when we got rejected from the last bank after being in the works for 6 months. And he let us complain for a little while, and then he said, "Buck up, campers, call my banker." And that was Mankato, Pioneer Bank in Mankato. So we went outside the metro. The city of St. Paul gave us a loan, a low interest loan from their STAR program. So we really were very fortunate to even fund our project. What we needed in the end was almost $1 million. So through all of these avenues, we raised that money. And you ask, how did it happen?
We have no idea.
With a lot of help. And we'll buzz through this stuff.
That was exactly a year ago.
That was a year ago. We were getting our tanks. But we got a lot of help from a lot of people. And Lisa Maria was talking about this, how you just kind of throw it out there to the universe and it somehow finds its way to you. We needed a beer garden. We had no money. This is a guy from our neighborhood we met while we were walking down the alley. We admired his fence. And we told him we were starting a brewery. He said, "I'll build you a fence."
He said, "I was at one of your open houses."
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Those blue buckets are from Northern Brewer where I used to work. But that turned into our beer garden. We got a free cooler from Holy Land Deli. We have a friend who we met through this process who's a woodworker, so he made our host stand on the left. Our friends are sanding picnic tables, and our friend also made tap handles. So these are just a few of the things that happened along the way. Whenever we needed something, someone would come or something would arrive to help us with our problem. And it's amazing. Like, you think you can't do it, you can with a lot of help. And you just throw it out there and you're open to it, it can happen. So.
Oh, yeah. I just would like to ask, since I'm the marketing department, if you are a Facebook person, if you would check out our Facebook page and like us, that would really be fantastic. Our anniversary is July 30th for the brewery, and it's my goal to hit 5,000 likes before July 30th. So there's a lot of women out there that could help. So thank you. Yeah.
We are not going to sing and dance. That
But
would
we're going to
clear
give
the
away
room.
some beer tickets.
So the fun part of this is both of you so nicely donated one complimentary pints, but we're putting it together for 2 packets of 6 for 6 people to win from the Urban Growler. So we're going to go ahead and pick names. So you can hold this. I don't know, can you do them both at the same time?
Deb, you want to draw? Don't look.
And then do you want to deliver?
Is it lady somebody?
Oh, wait, that we can't do that same one. Okay, yeah, no, that's Carla. Are you here?
Carla.
From London? Oh. Is Carla here? Come on up. Yep, we're going to do 6 all together. Catherine Horn. I know.
Brenda.
Oh, that was easy. You
Sorry,
get-
Brenda Brown. Are you here, Brenda? Must be present to win.
That's right.
Oh, poor
Pick
Brenda.
another one.
Katie Burke.
Oh, there she is. She's running in front of the spot. She still gets it if she runs.
Okay, more?
Yay! There she goes.
Don't forget your friend. You won 2 pints.
Charlie and B-U-I. Charlie? B-U-I at the end? No?
Here's an easy one. Sarah Furden.
Wait, she was here but no
Oh,
longer?
sorry. Okay, Sarah Furden. Sarah here?
Okay. She's not
Virginia?
she's
No?
not.
Okay, never mind.
Whoa. Wait, we can't lose it. Just a minute. Wow. Kristen Brown. Did we just say? Yes! There you go. Yes! Love it.
Yeah.
She left.
Don't forget your friends.
Shannon Terry.
I just posted on Facebook too a picture of you guys.
Oh, thank
great.
you. Shannon Terry here?
Shannon Terry.
I can't read your fingers in the way.
Don Hogan. Yay,
Yay,
good.
Dawn.
One more. Is Katie Hickey here? No? Jenna Fish? Is Jenna here? Okay. That's just not here. One more. Oh, Sandy and Sarah. Sandy and Sarah.
Oh, I just found it.
Great. All right. So thank you. You're welcome. We're going to announce the winners of the silent auction right now, so you'll know what you won. If you need any interpretation, you can ask me.
Okay. First of all, I just want to ask Deb and Jill, have you guys considered going on the road with me? I'd love to have you a part of my thing. Are they not freaking hilarious? Wow. I want what's ever in that beer. Here we go. Who are the winners of the silent auction? We have pictures from France, goes to Lisa Earhard. Now, what's the process?
Go to Deborah in the front to pay.
Okay, Deborah in the front to pay. And the, I want to say dining basket?
Yes.
Dining basket goes to Jennifer Wright. Jennifer Wright, paging
Yay.
Mrs. Wright.
Right in front.
The wine tasting and the wine paint.
Mario part. There's two different things.
Okay, the wine tasting and the wine
Art party.
party goes to Patty
Dennis.
Dennis.
Yay, Patty.
Glass bowl goes to Kim Valentini.
There you go.
Yay! The book bag goes to Janet Williams. Congratulations, Janet, wherever you are. The growler basket and
The Papagallo
private party Papagallo goes to Kristen Nordlin.
Nordling. Kristen, yes.
The car care package and the Hyatt Place gift certificate goes to Megan Miller. Congratulations, Megan. And the 1 hour massage
The spa basket and the continental.
and the Continental Diamond. That's a diamond she's
Well,
getting?
company.
Oh, okay. Laura Brower. Congratulations, Laura. All
And
right.
that's it. And so we have more wine.
We have more wine. We have wine.
This one doesn't work. Can you announce? We have more wine baskets. We have just a few more. Our goal is to sell them all out today. They're $50 donation for the 2 wine glasses and the bottles of wine, so they're still back there. We obviously have our wonderful speakers here, and with their books that they can sign. Teresa as well will be there, but most importantly, in addition to that, you can have a cocktail or whatever drink you would like, because the bar is opening now, and spend this time networking. But Teresa has a few words that she'd like to say before.
Yeah, well, I would just like to say I really thank all of you for being here today. I know that it was a commitment to make, and I hope that you had a good time. I hope that I made it an enjoyable time. I was Julie, your cruise director for the day. And I am very passionate about helping you live, work, and move in joy. And so in one of your little goodie bags, there is a form in there that says you can get my free daily dose of mojo. You might know of an organization that might benefit from hearing me speak. Or if you really like to learn about hooping, I host hoop making parties and hoop jams at your own house, and we can have fun at your own place. So you can fill that out, you can drop it off at my table, and then I will see you all at happy hour. Thank you all very much.